Good morning, guys. First, I just want to apologize for how sporadic my videos have been lately. I know it's been bad. Yeah, I am just starting to wake up. It is Tuesday morning. Just dropped Callie off. Jackson's in his car seat, eating some cereal. I'm trying to become an awake, functioning human. I'm gonna spill some tea this morning. The things that have been going on in my life are literally insane. And it's always all the stress all at once. Of course it is. But it's okay. It's okay. Things will get better. There are ups and there are downs, and that's okay. Also, with my weight, there are ups and there are downs. I have not even weighed myself in a month. I don't even know. Yeah. So anyway, issues with my mother-in-law. What is going on? I am like the least confrontational person you will ever meet. I hate to be fighting with anybody, especially somebody as important as a mother-in-law. She is grandmother to my children. My husband is like the youngest child. He is such a little mama's boy. Which is part of the problem. But I have been holding a grudge against my mother-in-law for a little over a year. I had found out when I was in the hospital having Jackson. My parents live in Idaho, so this grandma's the only person, only grandparent near us. So, my arm's dying. When I was in the hospital having Jackson, she took Callie and she was watching her. You would think you can trust grandma, right? That's what we thought too. I found out afterwards that, let me just let you know ahead of time, she is a hoarder. Legitimately, legitimately a hoarder. She just, maybe a couple months ago, was not allowed back in her house. They had to take I want to say 13, 11, 12, 13, I don't know, more than 11 dumpsters, giant dumpsters out of her house. It was infested with all sorts of things, like the show, really like a bad hoarder. So we had not been in her house in years. I think the last time I was in her house was when I was pregnant with Callie. That's 6 years ago. So anyway, we didn't know what her house looked like. She was just taking Callie out for the day while I was in the hospital having Jackson. I guess she needed to go into her house and take a shower, and she wasn't going to bring Callie in there, so she just left her outside. And for this whole time, I was thinking that she had left her outside. Nobody was out there. She just left her out there, and she was barely 5 when I had Jackson. So I was mad, full on mama bear mad. And I had talked to my husband, and I was like, she is never allowed to take our children, ever. She is not allowed to watch them unless we are with her. I was furious. My children are my world. You do not put them in harm's way, or you're going to face the wrath. So I am not confrontational, so I've been holding this in. So there have been some other weird things that this woman has done along the way that have just been mark it on the angry list. I've been... I don't want to be mad at people. I cannot help it. She continuously, shows up unannounced and walks right into our home. She's done that before in our other house, and our big giant black lab got out and was running down the street. Dennis had to go chase her down. First of all, I just think if you are coming over, you should just give us a heads up. Say, hey, I'm in town. Can I step over? Is it a good time for you? I just feel like that's polite. She does not. She would just show up and walk right in, which also I don't think is very nice. I am a very proper person. I do not show up at people's houses. I make sure it's okay before I stop by. I just like to do that. So that's been bothering me. And once when she was at her house, I had to go to an appointment. Dennis had to go with me or whatever. I went to one of his appointments, something like that. She was at our old house. She was watching Callie. It was before Jackson was born. And it was a couple months after the wedding, and we had got a late wedding card, and it was sitting at the top of the stairs on like a dresser type thing up there, and it had Dennis and JoBeth written on it. It was closed. When we got home, she goes, "Oh, did you know that there was $50 in an envelope upstairs?" And I went, "Why was she digging through our mail? That is so rude. Like, just like a violation of trust." And like, sorry, I'm spilling all the tea today. I'm upset and I don't know what to do about this. So, there's more. Since Dennis is the baby of the family, she had 8 children. One of her children passed away. Dennis is like by far, like, I think there's 8 years between his older sibling and him. He is the baby of the family, and he has always been like spending time with mama. Before I met him, like, they used to have lunch together once a week. I promote healthy relationships with parents. It's wonderful. She calls him every single day, and sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. She wants him to be her emotional support system. Her husband passed away years ago, and she uses Dennis as if he was her husband. She needs him to help her do everything. That's his mom. That's okay sometimes, but it cannot be all the time. It cannot be to the detriment of his own family. He has been helping me with stuff, important things, left to go help her. And one time, because she was a hoarder, she lost her purse in her home and could not find it. So she calls Dennis, "Come help me, I need your help." There's some things that are just like, okay. So there are many things that have been bothering me for years. Jackson's birthday party comes. She had already come over like a week or 2 before his actual birthday. His birthday party was like almost like a month after his birthday, because we were in the process of selling our other home and all that stuff. So I had told Dennis, do not invite her. This is going to be with my side of the family. We will do something else maybe with her later. He forgets and invites her. And so the day of, he was like, "Well, mom's calling. She wants to know what time to come." And I was like, "You weren't even supposed to invite her." I know it wasn't very nice, but it was my side of the family coming over. So I was like, "She's already invited. Just call her back and tell her do not come before," I want to say, what time did I say supper was? It was like 5 or 5:30. I was like, "Do not tell her to come before then, because she comes around and chats with him, and then I have no help from Dennis too." And so he tried calling her back, and her phone was shut off. So she showed up 3 hours before the party, right as I finally got Jackson down for a nap, and it's like go time. Get everything ready for the party, get all the food out, get everything set up, get the table set up. And Dennis has been working nights, my husband, so I've had zero help from him for like all week long, like all the time. And so I was like, I needed him. So she walked in, and all of my anger kind of bubbled out. And usually I say nothing to anybody, but I was like, oh no. I was like, "Joanne, you are too early, and it is too stressful for me." Like, I didn't blow up at her. I was nice, but I was firm, and I was like, "It is too early." I was like, it's just way too stressful to me. And I said, "Jackson, I'd just fallen asleep." And she goes, "Fine. If I leave, then I'm not coming back." And I just went, she's throwing a fit like a toddler. I said, "Okay." And she just continued to talk to my husband for another 15-20 minutes, jabbering about nothing. And I'm like doing sugar cookies out of the oven, cooling them off, doing like 5 different things. And eventually she's like, "Okay, well, I'm leaving." And I went, "Bye." And so then the family, there was another family birthday party or something that she was at maybe a few days later, the next day. She told all of them that I kicked her out of my house and told her she was not allowed to come to Jackson's birthday party. So I had the family, like a couple of them were like, that doesn't seem right. So they called me and they're like, "What happened?" She said that you kicked her out of your home and you would not allow her at Jackson's birthday party. I was like, that is not what happened. But like, she just throws a temper tantrum. So after that, I got really upset and I was like, I need to fix things. I was like, she is my mother-in-law. So I sent her a letter as nice as I possibly could. And I said, I know that you have good intentions. I know you have a good heart, but these things are weighing heavy on my heart and I need to bring them up and I would like to fix things and have a good relationship with you. And so I brought up all of the things as nice as I possibly could, as respectful as I possibly could, trying to be firm. Like, it really upsets me. I wrote like 2 pages front and back, like trying to do everything right. I get a letter back in my birthday card and I was like, I cannot read this. I was like, I am too nervous. Like, I'll be up at night worrying about things because I suffer from anxiety and I overthink everything. And so I was like, I'm not dealing with it right now. So I put the whole card, everything in like a big bowl on the table. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now. So like the weekend after my birthday party or my birthday comes, and I was like, Dennis, just open it up and look at it and see if it's me. And I was like, I can't handle it right now. I have way too many other stresses in life going on. So he read it and he goes, it's not mean. I read it. This woman does not apologize for anything. Okay, at the beginning, she goes, ooh, I'm sorry, your mother-in-law is a doozy. And then she goes on to argue her way out of everything. It's not my fault. This is not my fault. This is not my fault. I am not a snoop. I don't go through people's stuff. It's like, but you did. Like, it was just, I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do. Like, do I write her back and hold her accountable and say something nice? I'm not going to cash my birthday check from her because I feel like that's inappropriate. While we're fighting, trying to work things out, like, I just feel like it's guilt money. And I feel like if I cash it, she's going to use that against me and talk smack about me and be like, oh, she has a problem with me, but she can take my money. I don't want it to be like that. So I honestly don't know what to do. Do I call her out on this? Do I say, you didn't apologize for anything? Do I just let it go? She's like almost 80 years old. She's pretty stubborn and set in her ways at this point. I don't know what to do. Whew. Anyway, I have just spilt all of my mother-in-law gossip for you. I want to fix things. I hate having any relationship in my life. If you're important enough to be in my life, because I don't let very many people in, I like to keep things good, but I just can't ignore when somebody acts like that. Like, it makes me want to push her away even further. And that's not good for her relationship with her grandchildren. It's not good for my relationship with her. But what do I do? I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious. There are so many other things going on right now. That's like all a whole other video. I have been struggling with food, but not doing horrible. I think me and my sister she's going to join the gym and we're going to start working out together. If I can get someone to watch my children. I'm hoping my husband can switch schedules when the bid comes up again soon so that he can be home in the evenings to help me out a little bit, because it's very, very stressful. And when I am super stressed out, what's my coping mechanism? I've had food issues my entire life. I eat or I bake and cook a lot, and then because of that, I'm like, ooh, that's delicious. I'm going to eat some. And it's like the baking season. I cannot just continue to gain weight. Like, we are not even into Thanksgiving yet. And then there's Christmas. And then there's New Year's. Oh, I gotta get my crap together. But anyway, I know that things will be okay. If you guys have any mother-in-law advice, please let me know. It is very hard for me to have to confront her about things. Very hard. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully, my husband, he is taking his vacation from his job, his 3 weeks of vacation, and he is spending it doing fall field work. He will be driving a tractor. He will be home even less than he is now, if you can believe that. So for the next 3 weeks, I just have to survive. I can do this. And then my hubby is going to be super sweet and get me a Mac computer. And I'm hoping I can make some awesome videos and kind of get on track. I'm hoping. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Love you all. Have a good day. Bye.